Hi learners, you're welcome to our fourth lesson in science. And today we are looking at electricity and electronics. Electricity and electronics. And our very last indicator under this sub-strand is to construct simple electronic circuits consisting of battery, connecting wire, and LED, which we'll explain later. Now, before we delve into the main lesson, let us look at the lesson starter. I have a short test for you, a matching test. We have some components displayed here with circuit symbols. So we are supposed to match them correctly. So let's move on with the first one, electric cell or battery. Which of the symbols on the right will it be matched with correctly? Alright. Then the next one we have light bulb or lamp. Which of them is it going to be matched with? You can see this is a symbol. Then we have conducting wire. We have open switch or closed switch. Alright. Then we also have conducting wire. Now before we match, we have two components here. Which of these will be correctly matched with? So let's get a final answer. Alright, this is the final answer. Now this has been left out, okay? This has been left out. Now before I talk about this, thumbs up if you have been able to get all the matching correct. Now this symbol is the focus of our lesson today. Look at this carefully. Can you guess the name? Yes, this is LED, light emitting diode. Okay, so now let's go to the main lesson. Constructing simple electronic circuits. Simple electronic circuits. Now by the end of our lesson, you will get the difference between electronic circuits and electrical circuits. There's a difference. Okay, so now let's look at some keywords. The first keyword has to do with the word electronics. So as I promised you, we're going to look at the meaning of electronics, look at electronic circuits. Now, let's move on. We are saying that electronics is a branch of science that deals with the control of movement of electrons through one, gases, semiconductor, and vacuum. Gases, semiconductor, and vacuum. Vacuum means empty space where no matter exists. No matter. Okay. Now, let's at this point strike a quick difference between electronics and electricity. So here is the difference. Electricity is a branch of science that deals with the movement of electrons through conductors. Remember the meaning of conductor? We said conductor is a material or any material that allows the flow of current or the movement of electrons to flow or to pass through it easily. Okay, back to electronics. Now, examples of electronic components. We have LED, that's light emitting diode. It contains a semiconductor. That's why it's an electronic component. Resistor also contains a semiconductor. Capacitor contains a vacuum or a material called dielectric material. Okay, then we have transistor, also consisting of semiconductors. Now, what is the meaning of electronic circuits? What is the meaning of electronic circuits? We are saying that it consists of a loop of conductor that carries electrons from a power source through components made up of at least one electronic component. At least one electronic component. So at least one means one or more. Now, what then is the difference between electronic circuit and electrical circuit we looked at in our earlier lesson? Now, in our earlier lesson, we said electrical circuit consists of a loop of conductor that carries electrons from a power source through components. Now, those components are components that allow current to pass through them easily, so they are good conductors. They are neither containing gases, semiconductors, nor vacuum as electronic components. Take note. So that's what gives the difference between electrical circuit and electronic circuit. Good. Now, let's move on to materials needed to construct simple electronic circuits. What materials do we need to construct simple electronic circuits? So the first one, we have battery. This is the actual diagram as you see it in real life. And this is the circuit symbol. The circuit symbol. Now, remember this one the cell, that's dry cell. So we have two dry cells here, or known as what? Battery. And then we have the symbol. This connection tells you we have two or more dry cells here. So this one is battery. If it were one, we'll call it electric cell or dry cell. So what is the next material we need? We need conducting wire. So you can see on your left the actual diagram for conducting wire. And then we also have wire as the circuit symbol. Good. Then we have LED. Now the LED appears in several forms. This is one of the real diagram of LED. I'm sure you have seen it before. They come in several colors. Then we have the circuit symbol as I pointed out earlier. So this is a circuit symbol for LED. Then finally we need a switch. Now this is one of the symbols of switch. I hope you've seen this before. Okay, so there is a switch as in reality, and then the circuit symbol is this. Good. Now let's move on to the diagram itself. Using the circuit symbol, how do we construct the diagram? How do we construct the diagram? As the focus of our lesson today. How to construct simple electronic circuits. So this will be the diagram. Let's look at the diagram. Good. So let's quickly go through the diagram and note some key components. We have the key or the switch here. Is it open or closed? Good, it is open. Then we have the battery. This is a battery. The battery, the 3-volt battery. Then we have the conducting wire. This is the conducting wire. Okay. Then we have the LED. The LED. Now, if these two arrows are not there, it is called diode or PN junction diode. It doesn't produce light. But when the arrows are there, it tells you that this diode produces light. So it's light emitting diode. Then last, of course, is the arrow. And I pointed out earlier that every circuit symbol you draw should have the arrow on it. And the arrow starts from the positive side of the battery. This is the positive side of the battery, moving in this direction through continuously. So this is the movement. And the thick part is negative. So we have to take note. Now, I have a question for you. So let's look at the question. We are saying that what is likely to happen when the switch is closed? So let's look at the diagram again. What is likely to happen when the switch is what? Closed. Now, your answer should be one of the following. Your answer should be one of the following. So you can say the LED produces or emits lights. You can also say the LED glows. And then you can also say electrical energy is converted or changed to light energy. So these are the possible ways of giving answer to this question. All right. So what have we learned today? What have we learned today? Now I want you to discuss what you've learned today with your daddy, mommy, or your siblings. Okay? And be sincere to discuss what you have learned with them. Now for our advanced learning, I've told you we have ended our lesson on electricity and electronics today. So what is our next lesson? We have sources and forms of energy. Sources and forms of energy. So read on sources and forms of energy. It is very important. Read on sources and forms of energy. Congratulations for your patience. I hope you have learned something useful today. You can download the PDF notes to have, the chance of going through the lesson at any time. Okay. Download the exercise, do the exercise in time, try to meet the deadline, and I'm sure to assess and give you the feedback or the scores in time. Till we meet again, it is bye.